All right, so let's talk about what I firmly believe to be the single most important factor that's going to dictate how far anyone's going to be able to go with any goal, endeavor, pursuit, anything like that. Okay, and it's what I call a settling point. Now, I'm going to speak in terms of fitness because that's my medium, but understand you could insert professional life, you could insert academia, even relationships in for this, and the principles really are all the same, right? So what is the settling point? The settling point is essentially where your ability and or willingness to commit to a goal, to work, sacrifice, whatever, reaches its threshold. And you cannot go past this point for any extended period of time. I've seen it time and time again. It doesn't matter if you have the best trainer in the world, the biggest support system, what have you. Until this settling point changes, there's really not much you can do, okay? So what exactly is? There's a lot of factors here. There's a lot of things that are under your control and some things that aren't. For example, a number of times you go to the gym, how hard you work when you actually get there, or you just talking, your ability to adhere to some kind of structured nutrition plan, or at least not eat the things that you know you're not supposed to eat. And other factors like a demanding boss or job, you've got kids with a lot of activities, you've got a very needy husband like my wife does, things like that. So all these things come into play. Your social life, you going to happy hour with your friends. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this and a lot that people don't think about, right? So if we look at extremes, if we look at one side of the extreme, we have people over here, this is just straight apathy. I mean, maybe they live in their parents' basement, just they don't care. They don't look great, they don't want to look great, they're not going to do anything about it, they're just kind of existing. I don't really understand that. It seems a waste to me, but to each his own. And then you have on the other side people like me and Kira, where we literally will stop at nothing. We'll sacrifice everything, we'll suffer, it doesn't matter. This would probably be more closely defined as obsession, and while I do think that is necessary to achieve excellence in just about anything, it kind of comes with its own pitfalls as well, but I'll make another video about that at another time, right? So let's take Jim for example, all right? Jim's our guy. Jim's settling point is at 200 pounds. Now, he may fluctuate up or down from that to a degree. So, for example, Jim maybe stops going to the gym for a little while, goes off the rails, eating pizza too much, gets up to about 220. His jeans start getting tight. He's like, no, I gotta dial it back down. So he comes back down to 200, right? Or Jim gets spunky. Maybe he's single, he's ready to hit the scene, so he starts going to the gym, pushes a little bit harder, gets down to about 185, 190, something like that. But the reality is, if his settling point is 200, that's always where he's going to come back to. And that's where a lot of people live in this world of just continual discontent, right? Because where they want to be is up here, and they can't acknowledge the fact that their willingness to give is right here. They don't understand why they can't get any past that. And a lot of times people will use terms like plateaus, ruts, things of that nature. It's really, I mean, plateaus are kind of an illusion as far as like in the muscle confusion sense, like P90X language. It really ain't rocket science. When you hit your plateau, usually it means that there's another level, there's just more sacrifice that needs to be made for you to take the next step forward. So, you either got to level up and change your settling point, or you just got to accept the fact that this is what I have to give, this is where it's going to take me, and I'm okay with that. And either one of those, honestly, is totally fine. What's not okay is wanting this and being able to give here. It's like you can't have a $1 million dream with a minimum wage work ethic, or since I'm from the South, we say you can't have champagne taste with a beer budget. So, how does one change this settling point? That's a tough one, because the reality is, those come with some tough questions that you got to ask yourself, like, because we tend to kind of lie to ourselves, we tend to believe our own bullshit and the stories that we tell ourselves, and we think, I'm doing as much as I can, you know, I would be doing more, but, you know, with the job and the kids and all that, it's just, you know, I got so much going on, and so we tend to make excuses, sometimes valid, sometimes not. So, asking yourself and having an honest conversation with yourself and saying, am I really doing all I can to get to this goal, can sometimes be challenging. And I'll take myself for example, right? So while fitness is not hard, I'll do whatever to get in shape. I really don't care. If the coach tells me to eat dog shit, I'll go put some Himalayan sea salt on it and get it down. But as far as like even me doing these videos and stuff like that, a big thing that was causing my settling point was just fear. Fear that like I'll put something out there like, oh, will people like it? Will they think it's stupid? This, that, and the other. And it took somewhat of a big event to happen in my life recently to me to step back and be like, you know, wait a second, what am I doing? You know, here I am, I've got some talent, I've got some things to say. It needs to be developed. I really need to work on it and kind of figure all this out. But here I am kind of giving it away for nothing, right? And really it's not being appreciated, and it's not even really what I'm passionate about. Like I don't care about the stuff that I'm doing. So I had to analyze, like, okay, Steven, like, you're kind of being a little bitch right now. You know, you need to step up and stop being so afraid. And it's not that I'm not afraid anymore. I still am. Every time I make one of these videos, I'm like, oh my God, people are gonna think this is stupid. Like, what am I doing? It's just that, like, to realize the only way I'm gonna get over that fear or get through that fear is just to work through it, you know, and work past it. So that's like my own personal experience. So I've kind of got the fitness stuff down, you know, to a degree, but it's other levels in my life that I realized I was settling and shortchanging myself, and I wasn't being true to who I was, and I was living in discontent because I wasn't doing all that I could be doing, you know. And it's not even about like making money or anything like that. It's just I like getting this stuff out. If I've learned so much from the process of bodybuilding that I want to share what I've learned with other people and hopefully help others along the way. So this is my effort to do that and try to step out of my comfort zone, and I'm very happy I'm doing so. I really am. So the point is, you know, if you feel like you're in a rut or you feel like there's something else you'd like to achieve, we'll just say it's fitness, like look in the mirror, ask yourself, like, am I really doing all that I can do? And be honest. And that's a tough conversation to have, and it's tough to look yourself in the face and say, like, you know what, I could be given more. But for most likely, that is actually what's going on. There is another level. You just got to push past it, and there's going to be sacrifices. It may be, you know, sacrificing some time with your friends, the happy hour, the Taco Tuesday, something, I don't know. Because it's not like you just say, all right, I'm ready to get in shape now, and you get like 27 hours in a day or 9 days in a week. It's still 24/7, and those hours and days are typically already allocated to things that we're doing. We kind of have our comfort zone, we have our routine and all that. So you got to start, things have to go. Things have to start being sacrificed. Sometimes that makes people upset. It's sometimes, but you know, you got to be a little selfish if you want to fulfill, you know, who you are as a person and kind of, you know, achieve everything that you desire and be the best person that you can be. And the reality is, if you're not doing that, you're pretty much useless to everybody else anyways, because you're not being true to yourself. Like, even when you go on an airplane, you got to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you help anyone else, right? So anyways, that's my video on settling points. I hope that's helpful. I hope you take something from that. If you watch, thank you so much. I'll continue to do more. I'll maybe cut a funny promo or something tomorrow to kind of lighten it up a little bit, or I'll just flex or something like that. Have a great night.